Alright, so what's going on, guys? Beastars, Chapter 192 review, The Way of the Evil Beast. Let's get right into it. So last chapter left us on a big cliffhanger. A gunshot went off. We were wondering what happened. I was speculating that maybe Gosha got shot, but maybe it was Yafia, maybe Louis, maybe Legosi got shot. Someone mentioned that maybe Melon's father got shot. But no, Melon turned the gun on himself. He shot himself a second time. And we got the four main characters sitting there. We got Legosi, we got Louis, we got Yafia and Gosha. And it focuses in on their tails, and none of their tails are wagging. They're very sad and somber at this moment. And then surprisingly, right after Melon shot himself, out of nowhere, Yafia sort of has this moment where he acts like a grandparent. Obviously, he has no children of his own. No children we know of. He certainly banged a lot of women, so they might be out there. But no, very interestingly enough, Yafia has a lot of empathy here, and he just kind of instinctively grabs Melon and puts him on his back. And because Louis can't get a signal in the Black Market Alley and they can't call an ambulance, Yafia's gonna carry Melon all the way to the hospital by himself. And I've gotta say, this is a very interesting turn for Yafia's character. I mean, when we first met him, he was kind of this pompous ass, very arrogant, the way he was punishing Legosi for merely eating meat and being a carnivore. And now he's being very self-sacrificing here. He's thinking of others before himself. So a very interesting breakthrough for his character, and one I feel like was sorely needed. And then as Yafia's giving Melon a piggyback ride to the hospital, Melon, very interestingly enough, is being very introspective. He's being a little bit philosophical, and he's just sort of pontificating about everything that's racing through his mind at this moment. And you're really starting to empathize with him. You're really starting to care for him. He's kind of joking about how his mother is probably chasing his father in heaven. He still believes his father's dead at this point. And, you know, he obviously killed his mother, so he knows his mother's dead. So you're really like starting to shed some tears, and you're really starting to feel like, oh my gosh, like it wasn't his fault. Like, he was a good guy, but he just had these bad circumstances, and society just doesn't understand him. Now, we'll get back to this later. We jump back to Legosi and Louis for the moment, and they're just kind of tying up loose ends. Louis going back to the Horns conglomerate. Legosi's freaking out like always. And then we see Gosha give a hand sign to the Dokugumi, and they're very surprised, and they give the same hand sign back. So that would imply that Gosha was a member of the Dokugumi at one point. And now I'm wondering, when did this happen in the timeline? Was this prior to him meeting Yafia and wanting to become a Beastar? Or was this during the interim? Like, I don't think it happened afterwards, because he was having the baby with Toki, so he had to fulfill those obligations, and we know that Toki eventually killed herself, which left Gosha alone to take care of Liano, unless like he put Liano to bed for the night and then he was off into the night and doing Dokugumi things. Who the heck knows? We then have a very humorous moment in which Legosi gives Louis a high five. Of course, he's this hulking carnivore, and he slaps with like all his strength, and Louis like, what the frick? That hurt! So everything looks nice. I mean, we're just kind of tying everything off into a nice little bow. It looks like the Revenge of the Love Failure arc is complete. Everyone's sort of happy. And then we got this little interesting plot twist at the end of the chapter. So remember how I was saying that I was feeling very empathetic for Melon and I was feeling very sorry for him? Well, it looks like he passed out when they were going to the hospital, and you see this look of distress in Yafia's face, and he looks very worried. And then on the very next manga panel, BAM! Fucking Melon bites Yafia right in like the clavicle region, kind of like in between the neck and the shoulder. Motherfucker! Now, I gotta say, the manga panel itself will absolutely enrage you. However, the way in which it is drawn is absolutely beautiful. This is one of those manga panels that I feel like is going to be all over the internet because Haru Itagaki did a very nice job on this one. I really enjoyed it. But now Yaffia is starting to pass out. He's losing blood, and he's mentioning how Melon is just evil to the end. And even Melon remarks that he's eating the herbivore meat. He went through this transformation. He was hoping that maybe he could finally taste something. But no, it still has no taste for him. And you thought last week had a cliffhanger? My gosh, it's an even bigger cliffhanger than last time. When will it end, Paru? I feel like every chapter in this last 10 or 15 chapters, it's just cliffhanger after cliffhanger. It's like, okay, did Legosi die to the Dokugumi? Oh, no, wait, he's okay. Oh, wait, did he die to the Inaragumi? What's going on with Melon and the Madaragumi? What's going on with Melon and Legosi? What's going on with the gunshot? What's going on with Yaffia? I mean, it's just one thing after another. And yet, we still don't know what's going on with Haru and Juno. So, my gosh, if Yaffia is actually dead, it would make sense because they kind of have to clear the way for the next Beastars, and I feel like that's probably the role that either Legosi and Louis are going to fulfill, either simultaneously, or maybe Louis will take it, or maybe Legosi will take it. Who knows? But I feel like Haru probably wants to kill someone, and it's going to be someone that maybe doesn't have as an attachment with the fandom. I mean, I know there's probably people out there who do enjoy Yaffia, and, he's kind of grown on me as a character as well, but I feel like to make this arc sort of impactful, you need someone to die. I mean, it happens in all great stories, and it didn't happen yet. And we didn't have a death in the previous arc, or 2 arcs ago, with the fight with Riz. I mean, Louis lost his leg, so that was a pretty big loss, but he got a prosthetic leg, and he's still around. But I feel like if they take away Yaffia, that would really sort of be impactful, emotionally. So, holy cow, guys, do you think Yaffia is going to expire? Is he gone? Is Melon going to die? Or is he going to somehow recuperate? Who the heck knows? Tell me what you guys think in the comments. And great chapter, guys. Absolutely loved it. I'll catch you on the flip side.